He is just 13 years old, but he is leading the charge for change. A local dance prodigy and artist is using his talents to call for equality. Hey there, I'm Ashley Korsland. Thanks for joining The Good Stuff. Now, that is just one of today's positive stories that we will share right here on The Good Stuff. Brittany Falkers explains how he's helping other kids find their voice in the Black Lives Movement.
I'm a dancer, I'm a recreational musician, I'm an artist, and a lot of my work is orienting activism.
Hobbs Waters is an artist in every sense of the word.
There's just so many different things and so many different aspects that I really appreciate about all the different pursuits that I do.
At just 13 years old, he's made a name for himself in dance, gaining recognition since he was 7.
I immediately fell in love with ballet.
Along with his love and talent for music and visual arts, Hobbs is also an entrepreneur with his own urban lifestyle brand.
Art and dance has influenced all the other amazing pursuits that I do today.
And this Portland teen's work isn't just for the beauty. It's for change.
But I think it's super critical when we're talking about social reform that every voice is represented.
He's always tried to use his platform for social reform, but now he's taking it a step further, hoping to inspire more young people.
It's really critical to have a safe space where we can have younger kids, specifically my peers, for that being 15 and under, have a safe space to do activism work.
He's helping launch Collective Youth Elevation to provide that, a space for the future generation to have a say in the decisions happening at our state and nation's capitals.
We are trying to influence youth to create social reform, that being writing to bureaucracy, and that's digital letters and physical letters that we're having.
He already has 500 donated envelopes with stamps ready for letters to lawmakers on police reform and racial equity. Hobbs is using his art as a means for change, and he wants to help others find their voice as well.
Activism it's a very broad conversation that looks so different in so very many ways, and I feel like everyone can contribute.
Isn't that incredible? He is just 13 years old. He's so well-spoken. So Collective Youth Elevation is still in the early stages, but it will be launching soon. So you can learn more about Hobbs' work at our website, kgw.com. Well, let's turn now to the Oregon coast, where keeping visitors and locals safe is a priority right now for businesses. Tomorrow, the Chamber of Commerce for Astoria and Warrenton will begin handing out 5,000 free masks to businesses that want them. This is welcome news for places like Fultano's Pizza in Warrenton. The general manager tells us takeout has been great, but it's of course even better to have customers coming in.
We feel very, blessed that people are dining with us and ordering with us and keeping this place busy and giving all of our employees a job and keeping them financially okay.
For now, the masks are just for employees, but the Chamber of Commerce could eventually supply more for visitors. A Portland-based company that makes bed sheets is switching gears to make masks during the pandemic. Authenticity 50 started an initiative called the 100K Mask Project. They want to manufacture and donate 100,000 face masks to nonprofit hospitals around the country. So far, they've raised enough money to make 20,000, which is great. They will continue fundraising until mid-July. And we just want to give a shout out to Steph McDonald for sharing this story with us. That's great. Well, 2 women are cleaning up the streets of Portland one bag at a time. Our Devin Haskins shows us how their good deeds are also going beyond the Rose City.
When Sharona Schneider and Wanda McNeely were on a walk in early May, they didn't realize what they were about to start.
Each week, it's just been growing and growing.
The two started Tuesdays for Trash. Every Tuesday, they want to encourage others to walk with intention. Head out for however long you want and pick up whatever trash you find.
I think the biggest eye-opener is how quickly you fill up a bag of trash. I think we walk around every day not really paying attention to the trash that's around us, but once you do, you realize how large the problem is.
What started 7 weeks ago has spread around the world.
We've had people pick up trash in 6 continents so far.
Today at Wallace Park in Northwest Portland, in just under a half hour.
Today we were able to pick up cans, a lot of just food wrappers at the park, little things that if we all did our part, it would definitely make Portland a cleaner place.
The pair would normally do this together, but today they're apart cleaning up in different cities. Sharona in Cincinnati visiting her boyfriend picked up a full bag there too. Tuesdays for Trash has set a goal for July. Focus on the cigarette butts. And they want to challenge you to help them out.
We're starting a July challenge focusing on that because it's the #1 trash on earth.
Our first day just focusing on cigarette butts earlier this month. We each picked up like 300 or 400 alone.
2 women doing their part to keep Portland clean.
It sounds so nerdy, but it's honestly addicting.
That was Devin Haskins reporting. We'd like to hear about the good deeds like that happening in your neighborhood. You can text us photos and stories to 503-226-5088 or just send us an email to thegoodstuff@kgw.com. Your story may end up right here on the show. Well, if you need help keeping your kids moving this summer and keeping them busy, a local camp is helping kids sweat while having fun.
If I see smiles and I see them running around and I see that they're sweating a little bit, I think that's a pretty good marker of success.
And welcome back. Boy, it was a hot day today. I was trying to find ways to stay cool, and I know that animals are also trying to find ways to cool off a bit. This is so cute. The Oregon Zoo shared a sweet video. This is Dakota the black bear taking a dip in the pool. The elephants also had some fun splashing around in the mud. That's dirty. Woo. The zoo is still closed, by the way, but staff working really hard to take care of all of those animals. So nice job to them. And this week, speaking of this, I asked about your favorite spot to cool off, and we want to share some more of your Facebook comments and photos. Wow, Kurt Sandblum, this is a great shot. This is a sunset photo out at Cannon Beach. Beautiful. Danielle Burton says she loves Lake Merwin. That's one of my favorite spots, Danielle. I love it up there, so peaceful. Rob Alley sent in a picture of Silver Star Mountain in Washington. That is a place I need to check out. Look at the views there, just stunning. And Kathy McNicholas says Saddle Dam Park, which is also in Washington. That water looks quite refreshing on a hot day like today. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing your Facebook posts and your comments. We will share more of them coming up throughout the show. And speaking of the nice weather, wasn't it a great day to get out and play a round of golf? Well, today PGA professionals hit the course for a good cause as well. They played 100 holes in the Golf for Joy Marathon. All the money raised go to the Children's Cancer Association, which helps seriously ill kids. So a wonderful cause. For one pro golfer we talked to, this really hits close to home.
Our family was touched by CCA through my son Colton. He was in the ICU for 19 days. He has epilepsy, and so CCA was instrumental in bringing us calm and joy and hope.
And the Golf for Joy Marathon is in its 10th year. Well, from golfing, how about to running? Photographer Stephen Redland shows us how a local camp is keeping kids active and safe this summer.
Where the kids are running, go around this path and they go all the way over there. They just do a loop around the park.
Good job! They're walking right now. Good job, girls!
It's 3 months of stay-at-home learning that these students are running from.
It's kind of sad that I had to end my year without seeing my friends or my teachers physically.
It's been hard to be inside and not be around in what feels like normal activities. So given an opportunity to try to do it differently and do it safely and still get those wiggles out, as we would call it, and get out, they were really looking forward to it.
With the summer social distancing restrictions starting to loosen, these young runners are finally stretching their legs and attending summer camp.
I feel the pain for a lot of parents over the school year, just trying to keep your kids active, and it's hard to get them motivated to kind of move. So a camp format does help with that.
Sean and his staff from Foot Traffic are offering their 2nd annual running camp for kids. But like everyone opening up now, they're being very careful.
For the majority of them, this is their first time in a group activity since mid-March. Working with runners is my joy.
6 feet, 6 feet, spread out.
6 feet, guys, 6 feet. We have the cone system where the cones are at least 6 feet apart. Yeah, excuse me. Guys, 6 feet. 6 feet.
And we're practically counting down the days that we're so excited to be out here.
Monica says her daughter Mackenzie and niece Sophia were very ready to go outside, especially when the girls had quarantined themselves, making it possible for them to be close to each other at camp.
So my mom was telling me about it, and I was like, sure, I'll go. And then she mentioned Mackenzie, so I was like, oh yeah, definitely I'm going.
We have hand sanitizer everywhere, enforcing the 6 feet rule.
Right here, right here.
The camps are limited in size, keeping the groups to a 10 count per coach. 36 kids signed up for day one. There's been no trouble for foot traffic to get enough kids.
That was actually the biggest surprise, was how fast the program filled up in each session, because we did multiple sessions, multiple sides of the city.
They're already adding 2 more weeks because the summer camp schedule is finally up and running.
If I see smiles and I see them running around and I see that they're sweating a little bit,
Good job!
I think that's a pretty good marker of success.
Excellent.
Oh, those kids are so excited to be back out there with their friends. That's great. Well, if you'd like to get your kids involved, we have a link to Foot Traffic's website at kgw.com. Just click on news links. Well, a Coast Guard veteran in Oregon City finds comfort in some really good art. He has painted dozens of lighthouses, and there are plenty more to go.
It takes me away from all the negative stuff of the pandemic, and it also puts me in my happy place. I think people just need to go to that happy place.
We have much more on his pandemic project coming up. And also, as we head to break, we want to share more of your great comments. I asked you on Facebook this week, given the hot, beautiful summer weather, what's your favorite place to go to cool off? And we got so many great responses, so we're going to share some of those as well as your photos right now. And welcome back. A U.S. Coast Guard veteran is spending time at home doing exactly what he loves, and that is painting lighthouses. Photojournalist Eric Patterson introduces us to Mark Northway.
I just started painting lighthouses and sharing them with an aunt that's back in Oklahoma, and finally I thought, well, I'll just do all the ones in Oregon, you know. And then thought that may be it. And then after I was halfway through that, I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to make this a pandemic project. I'm going to do all the lighthouses in the entire United States, one state at a time. Well, I've done 41, and there's approximately 700 active lighthouses in the United States. You get in that zone and you can do it for hours. And I just said to myself, I'm going to do 1 to 4 every single day. It takes me away from all the negative stuff of the pandemic. And it also puts me in my happy place. I think people just need to go to that happy place instead of being bogged down with all of the news and all of the negative stuff. I was in the Coast Guard from August of '86 to May of '97. Coast Guard Cutter Tamaroa, most people don't even know it by name, but it was in the movie The Perfect Storm. I was at the helm of that thing when we were in 50-foot seas. So 45 to 50-foot seas. I'm telling you feel infinitesimally small. Lighthouses make me think of safety and make me think of the light in the darkness.
Oh, I love his work. Those are just great. Well, Mark is planning to tackle the lighthouses up in Alaska next. He hopes to finish painting all 700 lighthouses, which is incredible, in the U.S. by next summer. So I can't wait to see the finished product of all of those. Well, the Portland Art Museum, speaking of art, wants to help kids and teens express what they're feeling and how their lives have changed since this pandemic started. The museum started a new project called Journal On. So every Saturday, the museum will post a prompt online, and then kids and teens can upload their art to a virtual gallery.
We're partnering with artists from throughout the region to create short videos each week to help inspire you.
My prompt today that I'm working with is, what will you remember most about this time?
Isn't this a great idea to capture this piece of history? So the first prompt is already up. You can check it out at journalon.org. When we come back here on The Good Stuff, a Portland couple walks 40 miles to benefit some very deserving kids. First, though, we want to share more of your Facebook posts about your favorite place to go to get out of the summer heat. Well, a Portland couple's good deed is helping kids deal with the unimaginable, and that's the loss of a loved one. Richard and Tatiana Sandoval walked nearly 40 miles through Portland neighborhoods on Saturday, which was the longest day of the year. They raised more than $10,000 for programs at the Dougie Center, and that helps kids who are grieving. Now, they've done this fundraiser for 6 years now, and we just want to thank Cassie Bowringer for letting us know about this great deed. Well, in a stressful time like this, we know we can all use a peaceful refuge. So John Goodwin takes us to a secret garden in Vancouver.
Whether you look around or close your eyes, much of what's around this Vancouver home is unseen. But the wind and the frogs,
and you can hear them day and night,
aren't what jump out at you on this quiet neighborhood street.
I love to be out here. We just started and it just kind of evolved.
Next door to his home, Gene Wigglesworth, weaving through the mulch and between the trees, is maintaining a treasure.
And as we cleared out lower limbs and everything, we started to design a park, in a sense. We'll call it a secret garden.
But it's more like a sanctuary. 4 years ago, Gene and his wife Grace bought this lot from their neighbors and created G Squared Park.
We have a neighborhood kind of gathering spot. We just think it's a nice place that's a bit of a refuge for people in our time and situation.
Gene's mobiles and Grace's paintings are the root of a growing art collection back here. Much of what's around has been donated by neighbors and enjoyed by neighbors.
We have the benches in the back. We created the library, the little library, just about a year ago.
He admits it's a pretty whimsical place, but its purpose, well, that's as practical as it gets.
This is a tough time, and I think everybody has to find their own little park, in a sense.
A quiet escape from the stress of what we can't see, to take in the beauty that is all around.
Oh, it just puts you at ease just seeing that video right there. Well, thanks so much for joining us. And remember, as always, keep sharing the good stuff in your life. As we close out, we would like to share more of your photos of your favorite summer spots to cool off. Have a great one.
Do you have $10,000 or more in debt? Struggling to keep up with credit card